Alright, hello, my friends. I am here, and I am playing Minecraft Dungeons, and I just wanted to show you my favorite build so far to get you, like, a feel for the game. So I've got this jumpy thing, and that stuns enemies and does damage. And it's good because you can increase your mobility while not having to waste an enchantment on the speed boost you get from rolling, although I know a lot of people do enjoy that. It works well because it's low cooldown, and I have a thing on my armor that heals me every time I use one of these. Now if I take too much damage, I got this support item that collects souls every time I kill an enemy, and that's good for obvious reasons, because I want even more healing. And I'm using this legendary lance, or glaive rather, that does, I have ignite on it, or fire aspect, as well as it's a poison lance, so I put a poison cloud on people when I hit them with it. So it's, I can just walk into a group of enemies, put both dots on them, and then they just start taking massive damage over time. And especially when I combine it with my, well shit, I didn't know that damaged you. I have my multi-shot bow, of course, as you do. Crossbow, rather. I'll just play out this level, I guess. So basically, it's like a Diablo, obviously, but it's just a dinky little dungeon crawler. The builds can be surprisingly in depth. Like, it's not as good as like Diablo or something, but if you've never played like one of these dungeon crawler games before, it's very accessible and fun to get into. Of course, it has nothing on Path of Exile, and if you're looking for a Path of Exile, then this is not the game for you. But if you're looking for something to tide you over between now and Diablo 4, this is absolutely a really fun way to do that. So my 2 is a horn that pushes people away and slows them, and that fills in the gaps for a lack of like a damage trinket, like a rocket, because sometimes you can't put out exactly the right amount of damage you need to finish off a pack of mobs, so you can just get them out of your way. Oh, and this amulet that I'm using does work on other players, so were I playing with others, I would be control support build more than anything. More like a support in League of Legends, where you're not just healing, you're stunning and whatnot as well. Everyone has a potion that you can use, just like in Diablo or other similar games, and that basically heals you to full. Also, I'm wearing the mining outfit, which increases my melee damage by 20%, as well as gives me this little bat pet. And I like summoners, so I might as well just... You can go for more in-depth summoning builds, but I'm fairly new at this right now, so I don't have anything crazy. There's a wolf summoning item that you can get really early on, but I find that these trinkets are more useful than the wolf, even though the wolf does kind of tank for you. But the bat, it can't take damage, and it's just free damage on the board, really, and it looks cute, which I like. So you'll find that most of the enemies, I am on the hardest difficulty I can play right now, because I'm used to like Diablo and whatnot. So you're gonna start out and you're gonna have limited gear, but you can do the harder difficulties. The mobs just hit way harder. You just gotta get used to dodging out of their range, especially with a build like this. You have a lot of mobility and you can do a lot of dots, and so you wanna not you want to hit, but you don't want to worry about like spamming into them because that's not going to be your optimal damage. But for the harder difficulties, it's just like the lower difficulties, except things deal more damage to you, and they are harder to kill, of course. And here's a mini boss, the Evoker. Nothing special, you just dodge the... it's nice that it's Minecraft themed, so it's using all the abilities that you would see from an Evoker in normal Minecraft. And it's really cool to see implemented in this way. Which, this build's really good at dealing with Evokers because all of the Vexes count as a soul when you kill them. So you can just keep that healing amulet going up constantly. There we go. But, just like Diablo, you can get it and you can play the harder difficulties, but and it'll give you better loot. So if you want to gear up fast, that's kind of how you have to do it. But there's a trade-off there that you gotta explore the map more to look for the chests. But the longer you're in the level, the more likely you are to actually get hit and die. And you can only die like 3 times in a level, I think. And that can be rough. The enemy types in this game are even more varied than in actual Minecraft, which is nice, because there's a lot of stuff to kill and a lot of mechanics to learn. It's always fun. Come along, little bat friend. So there's like pots to break and stuff, just like in Diablo and stuff, and you get emeralds that you can buy for that you can spend on at the camp, which is like the hub area, and you can spend them on different pieces of loot that are randomly given to you from the merchants. I haven't had the chance to play this with friends yet, but so far it seems really fun, and I'm looking forward to the chance to do that. Yeah. I'm just looking forward to seeing what kind of support builds people can make in this game. Damn it. So, the thing about this being Minecraft theme is that creepers are kind of a big deal, as you would expect. They can really catch you unaware, and I'm not used to dealing with them yet. Like in Diablo and stuff, there are things with like exploding affixes and whatnot, but the creepers just do so much damage in this game. So it can be really complicated to deal with them. A good way to deal with them is generally like you can get a bow with a thing that puts like a berserk effect on them that makes them attack their allies, but I don't have that on my bow right now because I got a legendary bow that does a bunch of explosions and splits and whatnot. So with all things, dealing with them just gets better with experience and time. And sometimes it's just nice to, you know, sit back. That's a yikes in there. Need to get my dots on these cages. Thankfully there's a lot of souls, so I won't have to worry about healing too much. There we go. For this right now, I'm not really exploring the map, but generally you can spend a good while just going through the map and exploring. Speaking of yikes, Jesus Christ. Fuck. Look at those dots go. Fucking Christ. Hell yeah. Oh, that was scary. I need to deal with those spawners. Oh. So yeah, something good about this build is that it's good. It's okay for single target, but it really shines in these big packs where you can just put your dots on everything and run away. Oh, I don't like that. I'm just so glad the evoker spawns back, sir. I would never be able to deal with these. Of course, I'd be using a different build in that case, but... There are also a lot of different weapon types. So the glaive is good because it's got big AoE and you can attack from further range than you'd be able to with normal weapons. But you also have things like daggers and sickles that you can just attack really fast with and deal huge single target damage. They're really fun. Oh shit! I've never fought this before. I don't know exactly what to do. That still slows him. Imagine I'll just want to get my dots on him and run. Ah. Yeah, this is just gonna be a kite. Nice. Easily done enough. Nah. Like my little bat friend. Basically, you can get rid of any piece of armor without having to go to like a merchant or something to sell it. You can just salvage it there. Which is good for keeping a clear inventory, but the inventory is big enough that you never really have to worry about it, which is something different from PoE and Diablo. Generally those games are a lot about inventory management.
So the room is retreat. The Illagers are building a dreadful forge under the mountain.
And there's a nice little story, nice narrator, very cute for one of these types of games. And at the end you get a little chest. I've never really gotten anything amazing, it's just like a free piece of gear for your level. Oh. Alright, this seems like another soul item. So that's basically kind of the gist of it. Really fun so far, and I'm looking forward to playing more of it.